So I had the question come up about full hand counting of Wyoming elections. And that's a bit of a complicated question. I'd like to go through a couple of my thoughts on it to give you, kind of get to my final view on where that sits. The first one is that I do believe Wyoming runs good elections. I believe we run safe and secure elections. I always think there's ways to improve it, but I do believe we have good elections. I do feel that currently under Wyoming law, as the way Title 22 is written, it does not allow, in my opinion, the ability to hand count all of our elections across the state of Wyoming. That would create, you would need a statutory change in order to move to hand counting. Ultimately, it's my strong opinion that if this is ever going to be a movement that really happens across the entire state of Wyoming, it's going to have to go to a ballot. It's going to have to be on the ballot, and it's going to have to be the people of Wyoming saying, this is what we want. We want hand-counted elections. If that's the will of the people, that would be my job as Secretary of State to represent their will and figure out a way to make it happen. And we would make it happen. We can do it in Wyoming. We can get things done. But under the current law, I don't believe it's allowed across the states. I know not everyone may agree with that, but that's, I do believe, where it sits currently. I do support the recent pass of hand count audits. I think that's a really good idea. I personally believe that is the best of both worlds. I think that's the right approach. The tabulators, I think, are transparent. We do have the ability to show people how they work, what they do, but then we can verify it afterwards with that hand count audit, and I think that's important. I also believe that when it comes to, for example, the tabulators, we have to have, unfortunately, there has to be some level of security associated with them. So it's impossible to unravel every single thing with them to the public, because there are bad actors out there that want to take advantage of us, and they want to take advantage of our goodwill. They want to take advantage of our transparency. I can tell you, working in the Navy, and I work in intelligence, those bad actors target us all the time. And so we need to have reasonable safety and security measures to keep our elections secure. And so I think that if we're going to move to hand counting, we need to summarize, we need to let it be the will of the people that show us that that is what they want to see done. But it's going to require other statutory changes. I do not believe on the larger counties that you're going to be able to canvass and certify your results under the current deadlines. You're going to have to make adjustments. It's going to take longer to know who won. It's going to take more resources. I think it's going to be more expensive. And so that would require other statutory changes so that we could make sure we find the staff to do it, the volunteers. We keep them paid, we keep them covered, we make sure if they have to take 2 weeks off to help with an election, their jobs are protected. So there's other aspects of it that come into it other than just an initiative that determines hand counting. So there's a variety of thoughts there. I have my own concerns on a full hand-counted election. Traditionally, I learned this directly from Republican EAC, the Electoral Assistance Commission. They, when I spoke to them, I asked them this question as Wyoming's elections director about hand-counting elections. And I learned history that I didn't know that I'd like to share with you all. That is, traditionally, it was Republican Secretary of States that pushed to move towards a tabulation system, because there were states where the Democrats controlled the hand counting, and they used that as a fraudulent way. And so I think that's an important story to share, and it was something that I learned that I didn't know, and I'm happy to share with everyone here, is that no system is 100% perfect. Every system can have pluses or minuses. And really, ultimately, what matters is the will of the people of Wyoming.